Hello everyone and welcome to a new series on my channel. This is a zombie apocalypse series, my biggest fear, but we gotta do what you gotta do. Let's do a brief introduction of the characters and see what they are about, and maybe who you like, who you don't. Express your opinions in the comments. I want to see who you like, who you don't. Really couldn't care less. The first character is a 15-year-old named Livia. And Livia is a sweet and timid little girl who loves to play piano and loves reading the books and has always been an information reader and always interested in what's to come. The second character is Livia's older brother called Lewis. Lewis is 36 and he loves to hack and he loves to program and make games. He also loves spending a lot of time with his parents and making sure that they're doing things in the right direction. The third character is 54-year-old Julia, and she's the parents of Livia and Lewis. She also spends a lot of her time cooking for the family and getting ingredients to cook with them. The fourth and final character for now is 67-year-old Jonah. He loves to do handiness, loves to do woodwork, and loves creating things for his kids so that they can remember him. But all the happiness and chatting was soon to fade out after a news flash.
Well, that was weird. Why did we just get a broadcast? I mean, there's nothing much we can do. Hey, Livia, my little darling daughter. I think that there's a possible apocalypse. So why don't you follow me over here? I just want to tell you something. So I think there could be a possible apocalypse. As she told her. So now Livia is really worried about the apocalypse. It could be about the future. Could it be the end of humanity? So maybe they have a little family meeting all on the table just to maybe talk together about what they could do. Or I think that Jonah maybe wouldn't know as much about it as Livia does. So why doesn't Lewis explain the apocalypse to Jonah and Livia explain it to Julia? Because the parents won't know anything. Plus they explain it to each other. So they have a little family meeting about what the apocalypse is and what could possibly happen. And Lewis says, why don't we board up the windows, board up the doors, and lock everything? But after Julia finds her wardrobe, she discovers some old duvets that they could use as curtain blinds. So like I said before, they've covered the curtains, but they don't know whether they're sensitive to smell, noise, or maybe even eyesight. They don't know that, so they're just putting tables. So they put chairs on top of each other. They put the table in front of the doors. They put chairs in front of the doors, potentially to lock them. And they put the chairs behind the door handles to prevent them from opening. There's nowhere safe to go, as there's windows in every room. But there's enough chairs to cover every door, and one to stop the door from opening along with the table. There's plenty of chairs in the house. They discovered that they had nothing to really close the windows up with, unless they stacked things on top of each other. But that wasn't very likely. They used masking tape and old curtains and stopped the windows, because they don't know whether they have any sight. So they just block the doors and cover the windows and hope that nothing would get in. They have an extra chair in the living room, but they have nothing else to do, and pray that they just survive. After Julia inspects the area, she sacrifices that everyone is truly safe. Livia goes in her room and has a bit of a cry because she's so scared and she does not know what will happen next. Julia expresses the worry that they might not have enough food to survive, but could they find anything hidden? Could they find anything that could potentially help? That Julia and Jonah ordered Olivia, Lewis, Jonah, and herself to go hunt for objects in the house that could potentially help them survive. Jonah's on guard, looking around, hoping that nothing comes his way. But we have nothing. We need to grab the food out the fridge and see whether there's any more news on what's going on. They all go to watch the news. The news says the outbreak has gotten worse. You need to find shelter. Zombies are coming closer to your homes, creeping. They could come in at any moment. We request you get a bunker or get with some friends. Get in large groups. The whole family screamed, "No, we're gonna die here!" But they decided, let's evacuate. The tension in the room is getting higher and higher and higher. But there's also some strange noises going on outside. A zombie is stood outside their house, being just behind the window. They hear the noises. And Lewis tries to tell Julia, and she's like, No, it's fine. There's nothing outside, Lewis. You don't need to worry about it. But of course, Lewis doubts his mother. It's all of the things on the ground to make the door roam free so that you could run out as free as a bird. Lewis peers out the window and sees the zombie is directly outside of it. He panics and tries not to panic the others. He says, "Hey guys, I think it's a good idea if we should go." Lewis noticed the zombie is directly outside. Everyone makes a run for it. But what they didn't know is that Julia wasn't coming. Julia doesn't have her shoes. After Julia gets her shoes, she hears a massive crash, a shatter of glass. But as she goes up, she comes to realize that the broken glass was the zombie breaking into her home. But as Julia tries to run away, the zombie bites her and there's no escape for Julia. She tries running away, but she realized she's been bitten and there's no saving her. And she realized that this would be the last time she would have ever saw her family, but they didn't know she was even gone. The zombie looks at her in pain. And the zombie bites again. But Julia stood no chance. And Julia was now officially a zombie. And the zombie infection had spread to the Hathaway household. And the house was now ridden by a zombie. And there was no escaping what would go on in the house. Julia let out a blood-curdling scream, and Lewis heard it. And he tries to message his mum, saying, "Mum, where are you? I've just heard that scream." But little did they know in that house was Julia's dead zombie corpse. But they didn't know what had happened to Julia. Thanks so much, guys, for watching this episode of Zombie Apocalypse. If you want to know more, please like and subscribe and put your comment down below that you've watched the whole video and you want to know more. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.